Hello, my friends, and welcome to Console Overwatch Multi-Tier Tournament. My name is Bull Skunk, alongside Chef Billy here this beautiful Friday evening, bringing you a double header of some Overwatch action. Later on tonight, we're going to get a look into the Tier 3 scene, but right now, we're going to start off a little Tier 5 action between Valor Prestige and Galaxy Nova. Billy, how are these teams looking coming into Week 4 here?
Well, Valor Prestige is coming in on a 2-1 record with a 7-4 map point differential. They were actually featured on the Friday Night Overwatch last week. We actually got a chance to watch it from the inside the broadcast booth. And man, what a game. I remember very specifically Dog Thanatos, the captain, getting a boop fest on Iconvolve that was just devolved into a barroom brawl. And I mean, Korbeck and Skate were coming out of their shoes. They were so excited over it. I mean, it was just an amazing match from both teams. They went up against No Sympathy Cracked Crackers. They ended up winning that match 3-0-1 to go to 2-1 on the young season here. Their first week they 4-0'd Levius, and they had an unfortunate forfeit loss in week 2 when they were supposed to go up against Galactic Bananas. On the other side, Leonanza is captaining the side from Galaxy Nova. They're coming in on a 3-0 record. They had a bye week 2, so their map differential is a little bit less than what you would expect to see right now. They're at 6-1. They went 2-1 against Support Lives Matter in week 1, and then they won 4-0 against Aureus round 2, or R2. So they're coming in on a bit of a winning streak too. I think last week's game for Valor Prestige was just a brawl of Tier 5 teams, and I mean, I'm hoping to see the same thing tonight because, whoo! I know you and I, even though we weren't in the game, we were up and down with Skate and Korbeck all night long during that match, and if that was any kind of a precursor to what we're going to see tonight, it's going to be huge.
Right. So, should be a good one, no doubt. We were talking about Doc Thanos there on that Lucio, and unfortunately for him, he is going to be one of our banned heroes out this week, so we'll see how Valor Prestige can adapt with that. We are going to have the 4 maps set here tonight, starting off on Oasis will be our control map. We'll then head to Numbani, followed by Volskaya and Route 66 to round things off, playing all 4 maps, as map points are important here in the multi-tier tournament. And then, as I alluded to before, your hero pools this week do include the lack of Zarya, Symmetra, Pharah, and no Lucio in the support department. So we've also seen some great tank play, some great Reinhardt play in specific coming out of Valor Prestige when we saw them before. And without the Zarya Lucio, I'm curious to see how the tank line adapts to this hero pool as well. Any speculation what you think we might see here as we start off on our Oasis for our first map this evening?
Well, yesterday, was our first match of the week here in week 4, and we saw a lot of D.Va. We sometimes saw Sigma come out if they were wanting more of a CC potential, but we also saw a ton of Moira Brigitte and Anna Brigitte. So, I think that for us, if they're going to go super brawly, D.Va is probably a good choice because of her mobility, because we're slow boys right now. And I think that, that's going to be the biggest thing is who wins the off-tank battle. Yeah. I think you could run Winston.
Yeah.
Another thing, it's possible.
Another thing I wanted to point out was some new additions here on the Valor Prestige, as you do have Daniel Orford fielding the McCree coming out on his newly founded team, and this just happened coming off of Team Kinetics, now joining Valor Prestige and their DPS lineup. We'll be looking to see what an impact this big playmaker can have here for this team. As it looks like Valor's going to start off on the low ground, and Daniel gets first kill of the match, lighting the kill feed up, making his presence known right out of the gate here on Oasis. One-man advantage as Aqua Turtle's going to get a big haul off the side. Apparently just as strong on that. Orisa, as we have seen him on the Reinhardt. Valor Prestige going to get first capture started for us after a bit of cleanup here on Gardens.
Immediate impact, anybody? Mr. Daniel Orford, hello, sir, from across the pond. Good stuff from them. They both decided they want to try and take the high ground, which is absolutely crucial here, unless you're just going to brawl on point. But I think getting this high ground situated, you're shooting down at them. And right now, I mean, the Doomfist pick seems to be a very good pick as well, because you have that instant potential to just frag out. And then, you know, Daniel Orford doesn't miss very often. And as we both know, we've seen him many times.
Yes, indeed, an outstanding DPS player, already having an impact so far today. And I'm curious of this Torbjorn May composition we're seeing on the other side. Torbjorn getting taken out immediately by the Doomfist, played by Trojan there. Good halt coming through as Trojan goes in looking for more. He doesn't find it at this time, but there's a Gravitic Flux coming out as Dubstep slams the entirety of Galaxy Nova down with tremendous force, finding 3 kills on the back of that. And it does look like Valor will hold on here. But yeah, I'm curious about this DPS duo coming out from Galaxy Nova. I think they're going to have a hard time up against the Doom McCree. I guess the Torb can counter the Doomfist. What are your thoughts on that, Billy?
I mean, it's iffy at best. You know, I think that Valor right now, they're wanting to get up in your face. And let me tell you right now, Aqua Turtle is kind of stealing the show from everybody, because he is getting massive pulls. His shield is being regulated so well that he's just doing a lot. Here comes a Meteor Strike coming in from Trojan.
Deadeye thrown into the mix as well. He's going to find the Moira up on the high ground. Coalescent invested from Valor Prestige. Everything the kitchen sink thrown in here, and they are going to maintain control. I mean, almost lapping the DPS members on the other side there in Old Economy.
Oof, I don't know about this May pick either right now, because, I mean, what are you walling off? You can fortify as Orisa to get away from the wall and the blizzard. So, I mean, I'm kind of scratching my head at that pick right now. And the Torb, what are you going to get behind 2 shields?
Yeah, I think it's their only hope there is to try to slow down the Doomfist. So far, they've had 0 luck in that endeavor. We are getting the Ant Matrix to open things up here on the side of Valor. As Galaxy moving in, pathing all the way to the far side, low ground. Halt coming in on top of the main tank. And Trojan does go down this time. The Brig, the one to find him out, keep him in check. First time getting some sides alive here out of Galaxy. Oh, as they're going to pounce, surround, and delete. Aqua Turtle there on the Orisa with the overtime like a burn-in. It does look like Galaxy might get this thing flipped over, get some control started. Leonardo coming up with a good kill there at the end, round things off.
Yeah, and the real star of that attack there was the fact that Downers Grovers actually popped Rally in the middle of that fight to keep his team kind of knocked up and give him that little bit of armor protection. But they didn't spend any DPS ult, so this could actually be a decent hold here and a decent amount of capture progress for Galaxy Nova. If they play their thing, if they play their cards right, they could get this to 99-99.
Yeah, doing an excellent job of retaking, and now the Torb in a much better position. Now the defensive stance is there, and he's working in his wheelhouse. And then we're going to get a swap. Trojan going off the Doomfist, coming over to the small suite of his own. May moving in, throwing the Blizzard down. Was whittled down to as low as 1 health, but does eventually get the Blizzard off. Immortality Field thrown out, but not enough as the Fire and Ice come through. And Valor Prestige are sent right back to spawn.
Yeah, that was a very, very sizable 4K coming from Leonardo. You know, we had to wait for it though, and I give them kudos for the patience to hold on to it and use it at the proper time. Fire and Ice, one of the bigger impactful combos here in the CGL and in Overwatch in general. But I mean, Trojan right now, I don't know if I would have swapped off the Doomfist. He was getting a lot of value out of it.
We're gonna get a Deadeye to open things up. There's a Maywall in his way, but there goes the Maywall. Here comes the Deadeye. Does not quite find the targets he's looking for, but the signal whittles down low. Oh, man, they lose their Orisa as well, and the rest of the team can't even get on to stall. What a turnaround coming through from Galaxy Nova, bringing the thing all the way back from 0-99 to take our opening round.
Well, shut my mouth. I stand corrected there. But, you know, once they got the high ground there, that's what really won this fight for Galaxy Nova and going up 1-0 here in Oasis. As we go to University, yeah, I'm scratching the head on the change from Trojan over to the Torb of his own. You've got a lot of other heroes that you can play on DPS that could have just the same kind of an impact that the Torbjorn does. I mean, we saw last night one of the best tires that we've ever seen in our casting career together. 6-man coming in last night. So, I mean, the Junkrat would have been an excellent choice there.
gonna opt for the Reaper Hanzo. Here's we're coming out on University. Looks like Galaxy Nova sticking with the May Torbjorn. And we're getting the Reinhardt variation, the double shield here on the side of Valor. As they are pushing in here, they're gonna immediately delete the turret. Then Reaper forced back into the remainder of his team. Good halt. Sit both of Galaxy's tanks down into the pit, and that leaves the Torbjorn and the Brig vulnerable. And they just get absolutely ripped to shreds. The tanks trying to come up and desperately help out the rest of their team, but they are faced with nothing but equal death. And it is going to be Valor Prestige starting us off here on University.
I mean, I like the swap over to the Reinhardt for dubstep beats. I thought Aqua Turtle would maybe take that role, as we've seen him on the trusty German in the past, but no. Dubstep Beats almost has a Earth Shatter online already, Bull.
That is a fast ultimate, no doubt. Now we are going to have Galaxy coming in far left side. Earth Shatter did come out. Got two. Is the follow-up there? No, it does not look like they're going to be able to make it out of the little hallway in time, or with enough sustain to get the follow-up onto the Earth Shatter. But so far, keeping Galaxy Nova in check through here. Dragon's being tossed across. All but one able to escape as Trojan is now diving into the back line. Already has that Death Blossom online. May not even need it as he takes out the Brig. Sigma deleted as well there on the side of Galaxy. And it looks like Valor will hold on 50 or 48% and counting on the board.
Yeah, this amount of aggression that's coming out from Valor right now is just what the doctor ordered, kind of from a little bit of a passive try to recontest on the first point of University. They were a little bit passive coming in there. Not sure what to do against the Fire and Ice, but I think right now they have all cylinders firing, and this is going to be a damn hard point to come and contest.
They have the tools in the bank to continue the aggression, and if they can kill those DPS before they get those ults online, that would put Valor in a great position here. But they're not going to beat the Torb, as here comes the wall to divide them off. The floor is the lava. Death Blossom thrown into the back, and Trojan's going to find two in the back line with that Supercharger, aiding with all the kills. Daniel Orford picking up one as well. And with the Wick of Burden, only about 13 seconds for Galaxy to get back, and you can hear the Gong of Death ringing throughout University.
I know, I got my Gong of Death finally. So there's my first Gong of Death for the night. Great aggression coming in. Sneaky Shatter time.
It is indeed Sneaky Shatter time. That's going to find one, but the overtime wood does start burning. Spook going over to the Hammond, able to keep his team in it momentarily at least, though it does look one by one. They are just getting sent right back to the old spawn point. And Valor coming through with the kills. So Gravitic Flux thrown in late, does manage to find one, but I think that sliver of hope quickly diminished as we're all tied up here on Oasis.
We are indeed all tied up, and you know, the tank lineup switch up, the DPS switch up, also from Daniel going over to the Hanzo, providing once again immediate impact into this composition, because they are having to wait so long for the Fire and Ice. The Blizzard is actually coming pretty fast for Last Triumph, but Leo on the Torbjorn, it was just too little, too late. You know, and they have the Reaper who has the escapability to get out of that, you know, floor is lava situation. And, you know, little unsung hero, you know, good boy dog Thanatos there, popping his coalescence to keep Dubstep alive during that lava intrusion, as I'll call it. So, I mean, ultimate management right now favoring the side of Valor, but I mean, it's all for nothing here. It's one map takes all.
Both teams coming out with the recent line. Both teams moving to fight over the Jump Jet Mega here. Wall coming out, and it looks like it's going to be Galaxy with the advantage as they're able to just go swing it into that wall. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide for the tank line of Valor Prestige. Trying to get a res off, but a fool's endeavor it was. And that's an excellent start here for Galaxy.
There's the Bang Gong right there. Team kill once again, all six, even though I think that Aqua Turtle came back first before the gong actually went off. I don't have any sound going on because I like to hear what my CoCaster's saying. But yeah, I mean, that's a great amount of aggression coming in on this first point, and now you got to figure out, is the Ash the right question? Because you did it with Hanzo Reaper last time, so why not? Why go back and change again?
Well, I think the idea is if they get control of the high ground, the Ash would work wonderfully. But battling into the Reaper May, it's going to be an uphill battle, I think, indeed, as a Coalescence coming out on the side. Oh, but a massive six-man shatter comes through. And the follow-up there this time. Dog Thanos moving in. Dubstep swinging onto his counterpart, and a 6-man Earthshatter to clean house and retake control here on Oasis. Great job from Valor there.
Yeah, that was a massive shatter. And the follow-up, like you said, was there. So, I mean, you like to see this coming out from Valor. Now, 42% on the board. You only used just the one ultimate there, too. So now that Daniel Orford has high ground control and he has Bob in his pocket, this is going to be really difficult unless something happens.
That got Shatter. They're coming up on Blizzard. And Bob already dispatched. Dubstep down. Free reign to Shatter. Shatter does come out there. Go 4 more members. Hit the dirt. And it is a quick retake coming back in using those 2 ultimates. Coalescence and Earthshatter combining for 6 kills. And percentage back on the board here for Galaxy Nova.
Good thing for Daniel Orford, except he just swapped off of the hero that he was playing. Now going over to the Tracer. Trojan, so now we're going to go Tracer Reaper comp. And Trojan just gets instantly deleted by Nanza. That was a couple of shotguns to the face hole.
Yeah, he lost that showdown, I'm afraid. Leo with that Death Blossom still in his pocket. Blizzard still online here for Galaxy Nova. 65% and counting as they're looking to hold this thing. We do have both tank ultimates here for Valor as well as that Amp Matrix. Oh, but Leo just quietly waiting. Here it comes. Now's the time to strike. The halt is there, but the Immortality Field also there. He gets a nothing. Takes a little revenge out on Dippity, but he pays for it with his life. Now, that Baptiste is missing, and Dubstep caught behind enemy lines. He's going to drop. Doctanus goes down. And with the tick burning away, with the percentage going up closer and closer to 100, it looks like Galaxy is going to maintain control and see if they can take the 1-0 lead here to start us off in this T5 matchup.
Yep, I think that's just about all she wrote there. Yep.
Yep, indeed. Yep, indeed.
Leo taking out the high-value target of Dippity on the Baptiste. He had already thrown his Immortality Barrier out anyways, but he couldn't get that Amplification Matrix out there, and I think that just pure aggression coming from Leo Nanza and this Galaxy Nova squad. They go up 1-0. As we head to Numbani, we will be back with you guys in just a few moments.
Welcome back. We are headed into map 2 of our Tier 5 matchup here between Valor Prestige and Galaxy Nova. Galaxy Nova coming up with the edge there, just barely narrowing out Oasis and able to take a 1-0 lead here in this map. So we are heading into Numbani for our hybrid map this evening. Billy, what did we see there on Oasis? What do you think allowed Galaxy to get that slight edge they needed to win that map?
I think the DPS swaps is what really did it for them. Going over to the Reaper for Leo Nanza, that was a huge change for them, and started tank busting really big there. I mean, and it was just a pick here or there, as we saw, Dubstep getting a huge shatter to take the third to take control of the third point there at City Center, and they had progress climbing up. I question a little bit the Ash pick, even with the Bob, because Bob was instantly deleted as soon as he got sent out. So I think the DPS, maybe sticking with what they had done the map before to win at University is what the Doctor really required there. So I just think that making sure that the DPS is fragging out as it usually does will give the better results as we're looking at it. So, we do have a couple of subs coming in. We've got Speeding Monkey coming in for Leo Nanzo, the captain. And then on the other side for Valor Prestige, we've got Takari coming in for Dubstep, that was playing so well on the Reinhardt. And then Cinder is coming in for Daniel Orford in the DPS role. So as we go into Numbani, we are going to have Galaxy Nova on the attack. And I'm really interested to see what kind. Oh, gosh.
Yep.
I did it again. Yep. That's fun.
But yes, the tank lineup change is interesting to me, and then Cinder coming in on the DPS role there for Valor Prestige. Cinder, their Pharah player. So perhaps to see a little bit more of that. Trojan perhaps going back to the May, but also with Takari coming in, I'm wondering if we're going to get a little bit more Orisa Sigma coming out of Valor Prestige. What do you think?
I mean, it's a good call there. I just think about, I want to think about what the elevation differences there are. I think Junkrat needs to come out here, as that's what we've seen a lot of here, and the spam ability from the Junkrat and the tire, the rip tire value that you can get here if you get everybody lined up in a row, as we saw last night. This is where the 6-man tire happened for us in the matchup last night. So I think that the DPS, what they play, is what's going to really set the tone here as we come out with Galaxy on the attack. I want to see Pharah. I know that you can run the pharmacy again now that the hero bans have switched. If you're a good enough sniper, the sightline's maybe not so much for the offense, but for the defense, you can actually get a couple of quick picks if you play your cards right. So that's what I'm looking for when I look into Nimbani. I want to see what the tanks do. I want to see what happens, what kind of strat they're going to run. Are they going to go shield busting comp? Are they going to go mobility, even though you don't really have the Lucio to do it? Or are you going to change the eye level? That's what I look at when I look at Nimbani, is, are you going to change the eye level of what you're aggressing into?
Well, like you said, we are going to get Galaxy on the offense here, starting us off in the red jerseys. Looks like they're bringing us a little dive composition here, traditional with the Winston Diva. We're going to get Sombra Genji putting the hurt down. On the other side of things, we're going to get McCray Hanzo with the double shield defense coming out of Valor Prestige. Looks like dive tanks going all the way to the back, trying to chase down the DPS line. Chasing down the Hanzo, chasing down the Baptiste, but it's the Hanzo who comes up with the kill. Picks off the Sombra as the fight continues all the way down to the bottom of the stairs. Aqua Turtle, meantime, handling the front line, able to find that early kill. And despite the scattered effort of it all, the defense does manage to weather the storm of the dive and keep Galaxy Nova in check, at least for the meantime.
My goodness, that was, I have not seen a split defense slash attack like that in a very, very long time, like tier 1 kind of like split. But I mean, they handled their business. The defense was not fooled in any means by what they were bringing in there.
Now Trojan already with Dragons online. He's going to toss them immediately over the low Mega. Does not quite find what he's looking for. Does force them out of the cover of their safety there, the safety of their cover. Either way, no kills coming through. Dive resetting. Now they're going to pounce onto the high ground, see if they can find anything up onto that Orisa. Cinder whittled down low. Oh, but the Immortality Field coming through. Great play coming through on the support line of Valor Prestige. Valkyrie going to be tossed in from Grover's as Galaxy's trying to make something happen here. Spook's going to be tossed Primal Rage into the mix as well. Looks like Grover's will pick up a melee kill. Flying through the sky is the Moth. Coalescence coming out on the side of the defense, trying to keep those tanks alive. That's going to prompt Spook right up onto that high ground. See if he can find that Baptiste. Having no luck, as the tank line of Valor Prestige will not be thwarted today. And they're going to hold strong here. 2 minutes on the clock for Galaxy Nova.
Yeah, and I mean, they really only invested the Coalescence there, and they invested the Deadeye in more of a zoning ult than a killing ult there. If he would have popped it when he actually first got it, he actually would have gotten a 4K out of it, because the Mercy and Genji combo were absolutely under duress during that time. But you almost have that all-important EMP online, and you've got Nano Boost also, or Nano Blade available to Galaxy Nova right now.
Nano Blade coming out directly a little bit before the EMP. We'll see if they can get what they're looking for with it. Trojan actually finding Downer Grooves on the Mercy. Without that pocket, the rest of the team just does not have the sustain they need. They get picked off one at a time. Trojan coming up with another good kill. Big 2K for him in that engagement. Supercharger helping out quite a bit for the defense as they hold on with just 65 seconds on the clock.
Now, a little bit of either a compositional disagreement or something, but Aqua Turtle actually swapped off the Rhine and is now back onto the Rhine, but he lost his Shatter.
Maybe thought about a stall, trying to come back to the fight as quick as they could. Either way, that is a big ultimate gone.
Another one that we need to look at right now is EMP Bomb. In the meantime, Speeding Monkey has got his self-destruct.
There goes the EMP. We'll see if they invest the Diva Bomb with it. It does look like Spook able to find one kill. Both DPS deleted here. Nice shot coming from Raiders on the Ana. Able to finish off Cinder on the McCree there. And with those first opening kills, it does look like Galaxy Nova has opened this thing up wide. After a little cleanup here, they should get this car to roll in here for us on Numbani.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 15 seconds left onto the time bank, and man, that was a little bit closer than I think they wanted to really wanted to be there, because that time bank was getting close to overtime. So now, do we look at a snowball here? I mean, Speedy Monkey did save that. Did save the self-destruct. You also have Primal and Valkyrie available to Valor here. But on the other side, you've got, yeah.
They're running into 2 support ultimates. They're also coming up with both their DPS ults as well. They're on the side of Valor Prestige there for the defense. Vault coming in and try to start things off. Here comes that Diva Bomb. It's way up high. Immortality Field is down. Sinner trying to get a little aggressive there, but ran into a Diva. Fortunately, he's able to roll back behind his shield. Trojan coming up with a good pick there on the Hanzo. Did I throw into the mix? Takes out the Mercy. And the defense will indeed plant their feet and plant them strong here in the streets phase of Numbani.
Yep, and they only invested really 2 ults there, and right now I have to think, you know, last Triumph on this Sombra, are the hacks coming through enough? Is there enough value getting out of this hero, or do you swap up to something with a little bit more damage potential and a little bit more game changing than the Sombra right now? But I mean, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
Well, a couple of members of Galaxy Nova go into a little bit more depth for all the comp here. Spook going over to the Reinhardt. We got the McCree coming out. Try to help duel the opposing McCree as well, but he immediately gets deleted. Trojan landing the arrow right between the eyes. Rez will come through on that, back to a full 6v6, but Aqua Turtle gonna tilt that the other way. Spook goes down. Sombra goes down as dropping the EMP. I did not hear the EMP go off, but there's a big 0 up in that column. Last Triumph gonna go ahead and swap over to the Mei here, as there's just under 60 seconds for them to make something happen here on Streets Phase.
Whew, boy, I didn't see the EMP go off either. Either she got deleted as soon as she popped it, or she was fat-fingered it, or decided just to waste it and go.
It could have been a flashbang. A very nicely timed flashbang could have popped her before she was able to get the EMP off there. Not exactly sure. Hammer coming out from Aqua Turtle. It's going to get blocked. We are going to go ahead and get Dragons right across the point. That picks off the Ana. Takari's going to take out the opposing Reinhardt. But Zero trying to bounce back. Or Zeshi's actually trying to bounce back here with the McCree. They do find one, but I don't know it's going to be enough. 18 seconds, and Valor in a very good position to hold on here on point B.
Yep, and I mean, you've got Deadeye online for Cinder, though, and that's going to be one of the big ones. Also, Deadeye, countering Deadeye coming here for Zeshi Zetsu. Valkyrie invested here. Let's see how this plays out.
Valk used early. Here comes the High Noon from the other side. Cinder trying to see what he can find over point. They do have 2 members up on the high ground. The opposing McCree with his own Deadeye coming across the top now. As Zeshi's going to drop it down, but the Immortality Field right there. Dipty on point with his lamp, keeping his team alive through that, and now his front line with all the room to work they need, all the time in the world. They're going to find a couple kills. Earthshatter coming through, finds nothing but the shield of Takari. The Orisa right there and ready for it. Zesty's actually picking up a couple. Is it going to be enough? It's turned into a nice little brawl here. Advantage still to the defense. Freeze coming onto the Reinhardt, though, as Galaxy's hoping to tilt that. No! Aqua Turtle finds a pair, and that's going to be enough to stall this cart out.
That was a filthy little sequence of time there. Aqua Turtle coming into his own there, just letting that rocket hammer swing and deleting the last hopes of getting through the streets phase here in Numbani. So, despite losing the first point, that's a pretty damn good hold for the streets phase, Bull Skunk. I mean, they got it about 2/3, 3/4 of the way through, but normally we see the streets phase go very fast here in Numbani. So I want to see what the clapback from Valor on attack is now, because we've seen Dive come out and do pretty darn good.
Well, it looks like Valor was a little bit stronger in the attacking part in the neutral engagements there on Ilios. So we'll see. I think early on they might have a chance, but once Galaxy Nova was able to plant their feet on our opening round on Oasis, excuse me, not Ilios, on Oasis, once they were able to plant their feet, Valor really, really struggled to take the point back. So I'm expecting a very strong defense here from Galaxy, and they definitely haven't lost this map yet, despite a little bit lackluster assault round.
Yep, and a little bit of role swapping here. Speeding Monkey going, let's see, Last Triumph is going to play the Torb.
Yeah, we're getting Torb McCree here on the side of the defense with the double shield. Orisa Sigma front up that team. On the side of the offense, Valor Prestige coming out with the Reinhardt Orisa. They're going to go back to the McCree Hanzo.
The dragon awakens.
With the Mora Baptiste, keep the team alive. Interesting support picks this week. I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
Yeah, Mercy Baptiste, you know, you've got the Immortality and then you've got the Resurrect ability, so lots of life-saving stuff there.
Cinder and Trojan trying to get some early picks. Laying down some fire up onto the high ground. The defense is just bunkered up there. You can see they don't give any more sightlines than you have to. The support's doing a nice job just sitting behind cover, but they got to be careful as Valor is getting themselves entrenched here and claiming more space by the seconds. They're going to go ahead and rotate all the way around, meet them up here on the high ground. Does not look like there's much of a kite coming through on this side of the defense. Are they going to choose to meet them here?
I don't know.
Coming through. Orisa whittled down low already. Immortality field forced out. This is the go queue here for Valor Prestige. They see that. They're going to go ahead and run the members of Galaxy Nova right off of that high ground. Put the pressure on. Fortify forced out there on the side of the defense as well. Hawk coming through as they try to finish off that Orisa. Fire Strike through the mix into Aqua Turtle already halfway towards that Earth Shuttle as he is moving in, putting that hammer to good use, swinging on both ticks on the other side. And Sigma's going to go down, falls under the weight of that hammer. Coalescence coming out on the side of the attacking team. Dragon's thrown in already. Trojan finds one. Immortality field was there, but not enough to keep the team alive. The Baptiste himself drops, but not before getting the Amp Matrix out on the side of the defense. But is it going to be enough? The Orisa's going to drop Immortality field on the side of the offense. And then here comes the circle. Point on the board there for Valor Prestige. What a lightning fast assault.
Oh my goodness, and the lightning fast kills that are coming through right now. Once they got them dislodged out of their bunker, the shielding went down so quickly for Spook Off Mate. Even the Sigma shield there, the experimental barrier for Speeding Monkey didn't stand a chance. There's too much pressure, and that's what you get for a shield busting comp. You've got, you know, McCree and Hanzo, two of the best, and they don't have an answer for it yet.
Pouring so much damage down into that shielding. Hanzo sitting up on the high ground, did eat a little bit of damage there, was forced to back out. I think Zeshi able to thread the needle. There was one of those shots. Supercharger coming out inside of the defenses. They must hold right here lest they go down and lose Numbody as Valor Prestige looking to tie us up. Golden Core used. They're going to dissuade them a little bit there. Oh, and Aqua Turtle. Aqua Turtle cannot fall back around the corner. Gets taken out. And the defense will indeed come out on top here on this engagement. Live to fight, at least for another day.
Yeah, I mean, 335 on the time bank right now.
Plenty to work with.
Plenty to work with. They've got almost 5 ultimates online, and the 2 really big ones, the DPS ultimate and the Dragons, and then the Supercharger. That's going to be the one that I'm looking forward to see how much damage they invest into this and how much can Galaxy withstand here with this onslaught that's about to happen.
Veridic Flux coming out first is going to find 2. Immortality failed there. Keep the team alive. Coalescence coming in on the side of the attacking team as well. Dragon's thrown over the mix, and Cinder's going to pick himself off a kill. 99 to his Deadeye. The res will come back through on that. And we're back to a full 6 men for the side of the defense, and he gets up and immediately drops a Deadeye of his own there on the side of the defense. Takes out the Baptiste. So split attack not working out here for Valor Prestige as Cinder kind of got caught in a weird flank. He was not there to help his team push across the line, and I think Valor's going to reset.
Yeah, I think it's a smart thing to do is to reset here because, I mean, you still got 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so only a minute invested into that little soiree into the point here, but, I mean, they've still got 3 big ultimates online ready to go.
Yeah, ult advantage definitely here for Valor as they're making a quick assault right back in, and it is Zeshi moving in to the flank, finds what he's looking for this time, gets 1. Now, it was going to the back line, trying to find the Moira, didn't like what he saw, and he is backing right back out. Here comes Cinder on the high ground with a Deadeye. Deadeye finds 2! The Mercy goes down, no more res available, and Mortality Field forced out as well as the defense is starting to crumble. Raiders goes down. Supercharger using Desperation Effect, but the remaining members get flattened under the Earth Shatter. And that is going to be Numbani going the way of Valor Prestige, and we are tied up heading into half.
Man, it was absolutely huge coming from both sides there as they went through this through the streets phase of Numbani. And man, let me tell you what, the Deadeye came out, and then the Supercharger came out, so they get it in combo there. And finally, what really sealed the nail in the coffin, it was the Earth Shatter coming out of Aqua Turtle. So I mean, what the heck, ladies and gentlemen? We have a match here on our hands. We are going into Volskaya tied up 1-1. We'll be back with you in just a few moments.
All right, that's enough of that. Let's talk about Volskaya. Billy, what do we expect to see here in map 3?
Dogfight.
And who do we expect to see? Because we also had some subs coming in as well. Oh, as well as 500 bits coming through from Zero. Pog, dude. Thank you. Let's get some console love in chat.
Thank you. Love you guys. Okay. So Zeshi has gone off the let's see. Zeshi is going to either the tank role. Yeah, I think he's going in for the tank role for Speeding Monkey. And then we've got Meme coming in for Zeshi in the DPS role. So those are the swaps that came in for Galaxy Nova. No swaps for Valor Gaming as we go to Volskaya. As you mentioned previously, boy, I don't know. It's been a dogfight so far. I think that the streets phase there are actually really suited Valor Prestige to a T. Their ult management was also really, really good there. They also changed the eye level. As I talk about pretty much every game, I say when people are getting, or when teams are getting stagnated or they're getting stumped, you've got to do something different. You can't keep bashing your head against the same wall. You've got to change the eye level, or you've got to change the sphere that you're in. So Cinder going up on the high ground, even though he got denied once, he didn't abandon it because he thought it was a good play, and it then turned out being very good because a Valking Mercy cannot avoid a Deadeye.
Yeah, tried flying right in his face there.
Especially if you fly right into his face. So
oh man, it just ate the Deadeye, all that damage. It was a fun play to watch, but also it does exemplify how well they were utilizing the high ground and forcing the members of Galaxy to cover all angles.
They also denied the Torbjorn the high ground there, because every time that Torbjorn tried to set up a turret up there, Cinder was on it like white on rice, and he had it out every single time. So I think that that's really the biggest thing, is that, you know, changing the eye level, changing out those things that Galaxy were trying to prevent the progress of the payload. Cinder was shooting it down every single time, and so I mean that was the biggest thing for me on that map is the prioritization of what you were attacking when you attacked. Also taking down the immortality barrier before dropping ults. That is the other thing. That's one of the other things, and one of the small little niche things, is that every time they popped an ult, once that immortality barrier came out, they destroyed it, and then they went ahead and pressed Y.
And doing
so
a
that's
good job
the biggest thing.
And putting the pressure on that back line, forcing out those immortality fields early. Good work, great planning, good execution for Valor Prestige there in map 2. We'll see if they can keep it going. As we head into our assault map tonight, bring a coat. We're heading to Mother Russia.
I am very interested to see if we see the Torbjorn again from Galaxy. I know they're going on the offense first, but you know,
they will be on the defense first, actually.
Muddy? Oh, okay. They are on the defense. Sorry. I got some. The dad joke was so.
I know it just broke your brain.
Brain fart. I mean, it completely.
That dad joke was brain breaking. There is no denying that. But yes, don't let the color swaps fool you. We are getting Galaxy Nova starting us off in the blue jerseys here, starting us off on the defense. And what do you make of this composition, Billy?
Wow. I am looking at the composition right now, and I don't see the Swede. So this is looking to be a little bit brawly, controlly, with a side of one-shot potential in it.
Yes, indeed. Don't forget those spicy arrows. You know, just takes a little. A little goes a long way in this stew that we have on defense here. I like the brig pick in there as well. A little bit more of that in-your-face action coming from the support line. Looking to see more activity, more engagement there from the supports in that regard. On the side of the offense, Valor Prestige bringing us the Hanzo McCree, as we saw from there in our last map. Sticking with the Orisa Sigma. I'm sorry, the Orisa Reinhardt. Path around far left side. So far not meeting much resistance. They're doing a little corner check, just testing the waters here. See what Galaxy's got in store for them on defense. And so far, they've got some icicles that Trojan was not ready for. He gets the business end of that deal, and he's going right back to spawn, and with him a reset coming through from Valor Prestige.
Fortunately, he's got good mobility, so, you know, he's not one of these, you know, big lugging tanks that take forever to get back to the team. However, that was a pretty passive and then suddenly aggressive hold from Galaxy there on the defense. I was actually really impressed with that. The rotations that they used there were absolutely huge.
Wall coming out, trying to divide them. Reinhardt up from the front line. Coalescence just barely able to sneak through the crack and keep him alive. And Mortality Field there as well as Dipty on point with his lamp so far. They do have to be careful. That Hanzo up on the high ground. Don't give Zishu all the room to work. He's just going to land those headshots as he does right then and there. Dragon's online and ready to go here for everybody's favorite archers. He's going to go ahead and break that shield. And they're beating a quick retreat here on the side of Valor Prestige. 2:30 left on the clock here for the attacking team.
Yep, no check for Zeshi Zetsu so far. Dippity tried to go up there and get him, and he got an arrow right between the eyes for his trouble. So maybe not the best choice to send your healer up there to take care of the lethal archer from Galaxy.
Earth Shatter, Ant Matrix online for the attacking team. Coming up on a Coalescence with Supercharger not far behind, but a six-pack, big six, almost ready here for the defense as they're pursuing him all the way back. Blizzard comes out, Earth Shatter a touch early, but I don't think it's going to matter as they are getting the kills in. Oh, but Dragon's right across the stairwell. What a great play. Forces off the ice block. Zeshi cannot find safety. And now with just one health, Trojan dueling him within the backline, and Trojan goes down. Cinder not able to keep him alive, but does eventually come through with the kill. Meanwhile, on the front line, Aqua Turtle getting the kill onto Spook, and the main tanks controlling the point. 50% already picked up here for Valor Prestige as they move on to point A, looking to take this into point B.
Yep, and that was, I mean, that little DPS brawl. I last try, I don't know why you didn't throw your wall up. It had to have been off cooldown by then. You tried to take on McCree and Hanzo by yourself. You did end up taking out Trojan, but you got flashbanged and shot in your eyeball by the cowboy. That was hard to watch for me. Wow. So now here we have the snowball potential. As we get into the next fight, you've got, you know, Supercharger, you've got Deadeye. You almost have another Coalescence online as dragons are thrown across the team from Valor here. No value there, no joy for Valor or for Galaxy there. That's the big one you might want to have back.
Yeah, now Cinder up on the high ground, just sitting with his Deadeye. Can he get any value of this through the top shield? Okay, they're not going to bother break shield. He's just going to go ahead and throw it into the mix and zone him out, halt him back in. It does whittle down the Reinhardt shield a little bit, but that's about all he's going to get with that Supercharger. Now coming out the side of the defense, Coalescence invested for both teams, dueling lasers across the point. Reinhardt shield low here for the defense, and now it's going to be the cue to move in, but he just baited him in as he turns around and throws a big Earth Shatter, but only a speck of health left for Meme Lord, and he's going to drop. Aqua Turtle coming up with that big kill, but now Aqua Turtle himself caught in a bit of an awkward position, forced to back out. Meanwhile, Trojan coming up with one Earth Shatter thrown in, doesn't find much here for the attacking team, but Zeshi already down. Now, Blizzard on the side of the defense coming through. Aqua Turtle frozen stiff, and Grover's able to find the kill there with the Brig, giving his team time to respawn and get back in this thing. And with just 2:45 left on the clock, we're going to get Rally coming out, and the defense putting a wall up here on the back of point B.
Yep, and I mean, they had the tools there. I mean, let me tell you about, even though that was a really bad death that I watched last Triumph suffer at the hands of Cinder and Trojan, that little Chinese girl got her revenge there, taking on Reinhardt and winning the duel. Even though he didn't go down, he could not progress on that point because she had him frozen every time he tried to take a step and lower his shield.
Now the offense coming in close to 2 DPS ults, close to both support ults. On the other side, not a whole lot to speak of. Coalescence there for the defense. Supercharger not far behind that. I think this is a great opportunity here for Valor to push this in. They're going to open up with that Ant Matrix. That's the cue to go. Deadeye coming online. may well use to deny value out of the Matrix. You can see Cinder just standing there waiting for the right moment. Decides now is the time. Dragon's thrown out over the Orisa, and the Deadeye there to finish him off. Coalescence now coming out on the side of the defense. Dragon's thrown out from the defense as well. And Matrix used, or excuse me, Immortality Field used there on the side of Valor as they're looking to push in. And Trojan, he's got to find 2 kills, open this thing up for his team, but he loses the duel with his counterpart Archer. Aqua Turtle, meanwhile, finds the kill onto Grovers, and it's just a Reinhardt left defending on the point. Supercharger coming out on the side of the defense as they're looking to push back in. Orisa back on this objective, but the Reinhardt caught in a corner, and he's low, he's down, he's back at spawn, he has nowhere to go. May's back on point, stalling this thing out. Not a tick picked up yet, 75 seconds left on the clock. But I think the defense may have used up all of their ultimates. They've got to wait for this May to get back. If they can get back with this Blizzard, but they've got to survive the Shatter, and they can't survive it. Last Triumph goes down 95% to that Blizzard, and that was the tide. What a fantastic Earth Shatter coming out from Aquamarine with 60 seconds on the clock. They've got 2 ticks. They are well on their way to getting the 3rd tick on the board. There it is. 54 seconds left in the time bank.
Oh my goodness, what a shatter coming out from Turtle there. Absolutely laying everybody out on their back. The follow-up was there. Man, and they did that with 3 men on the point only. Doc Thanatos coming in and actually using that skill orb to take down Meme Lord on the Reinhardt. He just had nowhere to go. He was so low, and his healers were just already dead back in spawn. So, man, what a great push coming in from Valor Prestige. Now, going on to the offense, we've got Galaxy coming out here. And they were winning that battle. It was just a pick here or there. It was actually Trojan opening up that entire fight with some awesome flanking Hanzo play. You know, he did end up losing that duel to Zeshizetsu, but I mean, he took out 2 for 1. You take that all day long, even with the spawn advantage. That gave their team enough time to come back in on the back of that and actually win the point out. Great plays, great individual plays coming through for Valor Prestige. Now, I want to see what Galaxy does to counter back here, Bull Skunk, because, I mean, 54 seconds left in the time bank. I mean, we've said it before. This is one of the harder maps to either you win it outright and really, really fast, or you take it down almost to no time at all. So,
yeah, it seems to be a map of extremes, not much middle ground. Well, we are going to get Valor starting off with a little Reinhardt Orisa on the defense. Cinder sticking with the McCree, but we're getting the Torbjorn coming out from Trojan. On the other side of things, May Hanzo here for the attacking team. Going back to the Reinhardt Orisa as well. They're going to flash over this far left side. Maywall coming out, and Aqua caught out. Denied, deleted. They're on the front of the objective, and that is a big go trigger here for Galaxy Novas. They're looking to push on this point and pick up a lightning fast point A. Moira forced to fade, caught in an awkward position. She can't survive long. She goes down. Already 1 tick picked up here. And they're only 40 seconds into their first engagement. Torb trying to run back onto the point, trying to stall this thing out, realizing that there's just way too much time on the clock. And he won't last. He bought himself about 3 seconds, but here comes that first point already on the board. Over 6 minutes are going to be left in that time bank.
Look at the retreat and look at the pursuit coming from Meme Lord. And Last Tribe trying to pick up as many as they could on the way out, man. They are absolutely outstripping them in the ultimates department. 5 minutes, 48 seconds on the clock as we stand right now.
This could be a massive snowball.
This could be a massive
This has got snowball written all over it. They're coming up on that Earth Shatter. I think Aqua Turtle needs to win the Reinhardt engagement here. And an early pick wouldn't do them any wrong at all on the side of the defense. And that's exactly what they're going to find. Cinder able to pick up Last Triumph, and that's what they needed, shutting down any more progress towards that big Blizzard. And that may have been the key to put a wall in front of that snowball, keep it from rolling downhill any further than it already has.
Yeah, I mean, that was exactly what the doctor order said. It's a game of numbers. And 6v5, you don't win that.
Takari, I was watching the McCree. I didn't see how that happened. Obviously, Takari with the big halt off the side, and that's going to prompt the limbing effect there from the rest of Valor Prestige. Oh, man. From Galaxy Nova, excuse me. It is the side swap almost got me there, but your attacking team there, Galaxy, they opt to reset.
Oh my gosh. So, all right. Game on then. I mean, look at the ultimate department. We got 4v4, basically almost a full six-pack. This is going to be an ultravaganza, as Mr. Bullskunk has coined the term. And I have to get my tongue around how to say it properly. I call it the Y-Mash Fest, but...
Well, Valor Prestige doing a good job of getting themselves back in this.
Oh, that's a huge dragon coming through.
Indeed. A nice lamp right there to keep everybody alive through it. Cinder is eventually going to fall. We do get the Ant Matrix as well as the lava coming out on the other side, but that doesn't stop Meme Lord. He runs past all of it, smashes them down in the corners. They're trying to find some value on the back of that Ant Matrix. Superchargers are thrown in the mix as well. And on their second attack, it does look like Galaxy Nova have found success. Cinder was trying to throw a Deadeye in the mix, gets dropped. Now we are going to get Trojan coming back on the transfer, trying to stall, but doesn't last long. 3-minute and 51-second time bank, picking up 2 points and 3 attacks. Here for Galaxy Nova. What an answer. What an answer.
Yeah, that's an answer and a half. Yeah, almost 3 minutes separation of time between these two teams here. As we go into extra innings, man, Cinder had a chance to actually drop that Deadeye, but he was zoned out by Last Triumph on the May. There was nothing that he could do. There was too much shielding, too much CC ability going into it. He couldn't get around it and lock onto his targets fast enough. He ended up dropping it. Man,
Meme Lord just running in fearless. He's like, lava? Meh. Ant Matrix, hold my beer. I'm going to run in there and smash these guys. And he did. They're all caught in a corner. They had nothing to defend themselves. What a play coming out of Meme Lord.
Hold my beer. I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
It's Reinhardt, you know?
We've got the redneck Reinhardt now, apparently in Meme Lord.
Redneck Reinhardt.
Hey, y'all, watch this.
Oh, man, what a play. What a play. In all seriousness, fantastic alpha move coming out from the big German.
I mean, so now we swap sides again. 1 minute on the clock for the side from Valor Prestige. They're going to go ahead and run their own May this time. Maybe preventative wall maintenance here to stop the aggression coming in from Zeshi Zetsu. Playing an awesome round on this Hanzo right now.
Who's sitting up on the box, just putting the damage in. Triumph actually finding first blood here in extra innings. Gets Baptiste taken out. No more immortality field there. That value denied. Maywall coming up. But it looks like he caught the whole team there. So the healer's there to keep the team alive. Moira able to squeak some of that nice healing juice through. But it is going to take some time off the clock. Just 17 seconds here. One push to see if Valor Prestige can get anything going here in extra innings of Volskaya.
The looks.
Reinhardt's caught out. That forces Lamp out. Immortality field now off the table for the attacking team. Oh, but Aqua Turtle finds a good kill. Takes out the brick. Dueling Coalescence coming in from both sides. As you have they're side by side throwing Coalescence. There's something you don't see every day. Oh, but that turns the attention to the front line. Earthshatter comes through and lays out 3 tanks. All 3 of them go down. The Orisa left on point with no life to spare. Now Zeshu coming back in, throws his dragons on kind of in a desperation move. Just the Orisa and the Reinhardt left on point. Aqua Turtle, he's down to 97 health. Can he do anything with it? They got the May on the objective, ice blocked up. And then you got the Hanzo way out back. Healing coming through. Here comes the reinforcements, but here comes the Blizzard as well. And those 2 tanks weren't looking so strong, now looking very cold. And both those tanks taken down. Oh, not both. Just one of those tanks taken down. Aqua Turtle still fighting for dear life. Does this guy die? As he is here just living forever on this point. Overtime continuing to burn. Aqua Turtle will eventually drop. Blizzard thrown onto the mix as the tenacity of Valor Prestige shown through. But that tenacity is all that is left, as there's nothing in the time, nothing left on the wick.
What did we just witness there? Because that took a lot longer than I expected. I thought 2 shield tanks versus 1 Hanzo. Hanzo should lose that every single time, especially with the halt ability coming from Takari, but they just couldn't finish him off.
They couldn't quite confirm the kill.
Huge.
The May came back in and I think provided just enough distraction, just enough freezing. The Hanzo's able to escape, and with the DPS both alive, the 2 tanks eventually do buckle. That was a heck of a stall. I thought they had that 3rd point for sure. What a stall
Yeah,
coming
absolutely.
through
That
from
was
Galaxy.
a massive stall. I'm singularly impressed by that. Yeah, Meme Lord actually came barreling in off the side of the point too to try to pin Turtle, and Turtle just kind of did a little Toreador move like ole, and he ended up going down shortly thereafter. So I mean, once again, a YOLO charge almost got him what they wanted. But yeah, that's some great play from Zeshi and from Last Triumph to hold that point long enough for the healing to come in. And yeah, so win condition set for Galaxy here. You just got to get 33% of this point here, Bullskunk. So we see Bastion.
We see Bastion. And we see Valor Prestige going up to the high ground here. They're just going to hold this far back left-hand corner. We're going to get Hanzo with May coming out on the side of the offense. They're just going to go slow and steady, front low, left side of box. Putting Hanzo up onto the high ground. He's got 2 shields to work through and a Bastion shooting at him. He's going to drop right back down. As now they spot out the enemy composition, they're going to loop around to the right. Now, the question is, do they press high ground or do they sit underneath? Okay, they're just going to sit underneath for now. And that forces the Reinhardt and the May from Valor Prestige to drop down and meet them here on the objective. That's going to prompt the rotation coming in from Galaxy. They push into Mega. Now they're trying to rotate high, force that Bastion off of his perch, and they're going to do just that. Zeshi finds the kill on the Dipty. It's the first kill here for this attack round coming out of Galaxy Nova. Trojan striking back though. Finds himself one, but he gets taken out. May gets that kill, and the res had already been used. They chose to res the Baptiste and not to res the Bastion, and that is going to be their fatal move. And this is going to be Galaxy picking up the 1 tick they need and picking up a 2-1 lead here at our match.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a very spicy, very quick run here at the end of the match. I think that you stay on the high ground much longer than what was shown there, as they basically dropped half their team down to contest the point. I think that the Orisa right there at that point would have been, or I'm sorry, a Diva at that point would have been the play so that you could jump down, touch the point, get back up, get healing, and kind of rotate it in and out like that. Or maybe rotate around to the other side. I mean, it could have just been a little dance party going across that bridge and never letting them really get set up. So that's what I looked at from there.
Well, I mean, just that
yeah.
lightning fast assault, too. They left themselves all the room in the world to work.
Yeah,
I mean, when you get 2 points in 3 fights, I mean, you've just got the world at your fingertips there. That Volskaya was wrapped around their little finger with a little bow.
The little tchotchkes. As we were in Russia.
Indeed. And I can't help but feel the Brig. I feel like the Brig is an important part of their defense as well. Able to clog up those chokes a lot better, I think, more than the Baptiste Moira that we're seeing out of Valor Prestige.
Yeah, I mean, it's we saw it last night too. Brigitte actually really kind of carries right now because she's got the Inspire healing. The healing coming from the Aspire passive ability when she starts laying in damage into people. She has the stun ability. She has the knockback ability with the flail. So, I mean, she's got a lot of stuff in her kit that actually plays into what's going on right now. Here in week 4 with our hero bands, I think that she's she's not a must pick, but she's pretty darn close to it. Moira right now, Moira is a must pick. You can't run Mercy.
Right. And that's when I think, the Mercy BAP on the other side was looking a little problematic. At least go to a Moira BAP. We did see a little bit of Moira BAP out of him earlier. Perhaps we'll see some more of that. I think that's a change might be expecting heading into Route 66. One we can be keeping an eye out for. But that Brig provides a lot of that AoE healing that can supplement what they're missing for a Lucio here in week 4.
I mean, you lose the speed, and of course, the speed is one of the biggest things that, especially these higher elos, they really use Lucio to maximum effect, either with the speed or with the amping of the heals, the beat drop. I think that all the teams this week are really suffering from a lack of Lucio, as we've seen.
Yes, sir.
The teams that we've usually seen or that we've watched in our VOD reviews that we've done, or trying to scout out what we're going to see coming up. A lot of teams really do utilize that Lucio. Moira Lucio, such an awesome healing comp, naturally synergistic with each other. I think that's the biggest thing right now is that this is a damn hard hero pool losing that Lucio. I think all the other ones aside, I think that's the biggest loss out of this entire week's hero bans here in CGL week 4 is because that's the biggest one. So as we go forward, you know, hopefully that doesn't happen again because that's just like it's really putting a big cramp into most teams' style, as they do like to use the speed in with the damage and the tanks, especially the slower tanks. You know, running Donkey Horse and Rhine is one of the biggest. It has been a very good meta in this season. I mean, you would think Ryan Zarya always is key, but I think that the double shield variants that we've seen coming out this season necessitates not only the Moira, it also necessitates the Lucio. That's where you lose that because double shield seems to be like the new meta thing now.
Without the Zarya, for sure. For sure. We're definitely seeing it a lot here in week 4, and even outside of week 4, even with the Zarya in play. Still seeing a lot of double shield here in the multi-tier tournament. Before we get any further into map 4, we had Gino coming through with 10 gifted subs. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted, man. Huge, huge support. I can't thank you enough. That is massive. And Zero continuing the cheer wall throughout this entire stream. But we're talking 50, 100, 200, 300, 400 bits that I've counted so far here. I mean, it just keeps going. There was a second 500 bits. I called out a 500 bits from an earlier. He mirrored that, repeated it once again. Zero coming through with just massive cheer wall through. Thank you so much, man. That is so huge. That is so huge. My jaw hit the floor when I just see it all this. Just amazing.
It's awesome to see, and we really it sounds cliche, but we really do this for you guys, and we absolutely love the scene. Every single bit that gets cheered, it makes us so happy.
It just makes me smile so much, and yeah, it encourages us to keep doing this day in and day out. We work really hard to try to make this as good as we can to bring you the best and try to tell all your stories. And just seeing that appreciation, man, that just warms the heart. That is amazing. Thank you all out there. We appreciate you hanging out with us, even if just being there, showing your face, talking in chat, showing some smiles, showing some love. We appreciate every single one of you hanging out with us here today.
Yeah, absolutely. So, getting back to the match at hand, we're going to Route 66. We do have Speeding Monkey coming in for Meme Lord on the tank line for Galaxy Nova. As we come into this map 2-1, Galaxy Nova on match point. So, either we're going to map 5 or it's going to be done right here. We are getting ready to get it. I'm just looking for some readies from the captains. But yeah,
those pesky captains.
Those pesky captains. Oh, been there, done that. Don't want the T-shirt or the souvenir.
My question going into Route 66 for you, sir. Do we see more dive? We saw a little bit of dive coming out early in this. Do you think we'll get to see the Winston Diva again?
I hope so. Or, Winston Wrecking Ball, actually, Metal Dive is also good as well. So, yeah. I would be very pleased to see it if it does actually happen.
It is fun to watch. It's certainly fun to watch.
Standard dive also applies here as well. I love seeing a good coordinated dive. And yeah, I just think there's going to be bunkers on the defense and as much mobility as you can on the defense or on the offense. So as I get the readies from both Leo and Dog Thanatos coming into Route 66, yeah, if we see dive here, I wouldn't be surprised. I also wouldn't be surprised if we saw somebody try to pull out the Widowmaker or Farah.
Yeah,
so,
I'll be looking for some Farah myself. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Pharmacy here today. We know Cinder is a star Farah player, excellent with the Flying Egyptian. So that could be a very excellent speculation, a very good pick. Here, as we are going to get Valor Prestige starting us off on the defense as we head into Route 66. Back into the blue jerseys.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Looks like they're showing us a little Reinhardt Orisa. Cinder indeed going over to the Cowboy. Here's we head into his home map. What are your thoughts?
I'm looking at the offense, and I'm kind of scratching my head a little bit. Orisa Sigma, Mercy Brigitte, and then Zeshi on the Ash, and Last Triumph backing out on the May again. Poor Last Triumph is stuck in May jail, so I'm a little, I'm a little scratchy head here, right here. I think they're going to try to use the damage boosted Ash to get a quick frag out here.
They're going to have to get past Trojan, who's up in that top cave, making sure to try to control the high ground. Cinder hanging out back on the gas station. So they've got their deeps nicely spaced here on the side of the defense. Maywall coming up, trying to split off the two tanks from the front line. That's going to force Immortality Field out there from Dippity. Now that cooldown gone, Cinder gone. The attacking team looking to press the advantage. Galaxy right in their face. Beating Monkey was just sitting there holding his kinetic grasp right in Orisa's face. Oh, that was something to see. Zeshu coming up with a big pick. Start things off. Zeshi, excuse me. That name's been tripping me up all day. I apologize. There's Zeshi Zetsu. You've got a little bit of a tongue twister for a name. I apologize if I have screwed it up, but that was some nice shooting out of you on the Ash, and that enabled your team to get a point on the board here. Man, blink and you miss it. Point A done.
5:30 coming into point B here on Route 66. That's almost unheard of. The damage boosted Ash is actually a really good call here from them. She is being a marksman at long range. That's the one thing, is that they are fighting at range right now, also with a little bit of a close-up and denial of escapability from the May. So they're kind of playing a long and short game here, and it's actually working out very well for them.
First ultimates coming out as we see the Blizzard come out to carry a Dippity go down. A Coalescence had been thrown in on the side of the defense, but now they've gotten themselves just stuck in a little corner here. The front line of Galaxy Nova, happy to oblige, happy to send them back to spawn. Said, you want to reset? Here you go. There you are. Back at spawn you go. And now they are full steam ahead here through Streets phase.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, both teams coming in with a really positive winning record here. You want to get all the map points that you can. And I think that the staggering, the self-staggering here coming from Valor, I think that you take the extra 15 seconds of progress and get yourself established as a team.
Now they're forced to drop down off the high ground, and of course, Galaxy Nova knows exactly where they're coming from. Supercharger Riddick Flux thrown in on the side of the attacking team. Orisa cannot survive the onslaught. In fact, no one on the side of Valor can survive the onslaught. As you just see the damage boost from the Mercy combined with that Supercharger lighting up that kill feed. 2 points on the board, over 5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, Last Triumph getting a little bit of tactical crouching onto the body of Trojan there. Yeah. Right now it's a snowball, and they have shown no resistance to stop said snowball on the side of Valor Prestige. They've got to really pick up what they're going to do here, because there's no answer for Zeshi Zetsu right now on this Ash. Yeah, she is clicking heads and taking names.
They've gone to a Junkrat Doomfist, but Cinder just kind of seemed to be protecting the top left room, and it didn't put enough pressure onto that Ash, I don't think. Now tries to go in there, and Zeshi wins that duel as well. Taking out both DPS here in this engagement. Now Junkrat coming back in. Zeshi commanding the DPS line as we speak. Triumph free to just walk in, throw Blizzard right over the final resting place of this objective. Risa able to fortify out. And so far, the defense holding their ground and keeping them in check. But they're going to have to do something about this Ash if they want to hold on here on the back. Supercharger coming down. And it looks like that's going to be enough to scare them off for the meantime.
I think the only thing that saved them there in that fight, Bullskunk, was the Gravitic Flux throwing them all in the air. And it's caused a massive kind of coalescing of the team together.
Here's Coalescence, the ultimate, coming out on the side of the attackers as they're going to go and try to push this thing the rest of the way home. Orisa walled off, forced to fortify, but she's still in big trouble. But Tyre coming on the other side finds 4v4 here on the objective. Supercharger in hand on the attacking team. Gravitic Flux ready to come out as well. He eats a fist from Cinder, who's going to turn on and throw his Meteor Strike into the mix. Where are you going to land with it, bud? He was looking for the Orisa, but the Orisa able to fortify up. Now he is heading back into the safe embrace of his team, but his work had been done. The attackers are going to go ahead and reset.
I think that you really need to have either some more spam damage or a hit scan, maybe, to take care of said Zeshi Zetsu. I'm not sure what you do because they're pushing it again.
With the Gravitic Flux used to open things up. Caught two in that. Coalescence coming out in defense. Immortality used from them as well. Cinder is able to find that kill onto Zeshi there, but that res there, and Cinder goes down. Meanwhile, back on the front line, Coalescence going out. Immortality field there from the defense. Gravitic Flux thrown in from Aqua Turtle as well, as trades are happening on this point. I believe it's a 4v4 here on the objective. Now reinforcements coming back in as Cinder. He's going to be the difference maker, making the 5v5, 5v4 for the defense. Oh, but he gets, man, taken down to as low as 25 health. Somehow, the final blow does not come through. And the defense able to keep him in check, at least for the moment. Do have Blizzard online for the attacking team. Blizzard trying to push back in. Valkyrie used to initialize this next attack. Trojan comes up with a kill as Zeshi goes down, but here comes the Blizzard. They've got to get out of there. Oh, the Holt there as well to carry. No Fortify cannot escape. Somehow they managed to live, though. The tire coming through picks off two. So, and the Coalescence keeping the main tanks alive. Both the Sigma and the Orisa somehow survived the Blizzard. What a great play coming out of the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. But it cost them 3 ultimates there. It cost them Supercharger. It cost them Coalescence, which they get so fast. But it also cost them the tire. Now, the tire got a lot of value out of it and actually zoned away from the Blizzard. And there was a huge unsung hero there, Dippity, getting the Immortality field in behind the Sigma barrier, unable to be dropped by the Blizzard and by the attacking team there. So, yeah, I mean, the plays are coming through. I think they finally woke up from that little break that they had.
Now, we do have Bob and Coalescence online for the attacking team. Nothing too game-changing. Both coming out immediately, though, and they're going to use that to try to push in. Valor Prestige's got to be careful, otherwise they're going to back themselves into a corner here. Okay, doing a good job. Rotating their shields, keeping them in check. Here comes the Gravitic Flux. See if they can find some kills. No, mate, ice blocking up. Kills coming through, trades there, but the Moira's going to get rezzed. But Mercy pays for that res as she gets flattened like a bug by Cinder's Meteor Strike. Now here comes the tire. Trojan looking once again. Make a big difference. 2 more kills. Consistently finding 2K every time with that tire. And the defense holding on.
Wow.
One last chance here for Galaxy Nova on the offense.
I want to remind everybody that there was 5.5 minutes as they came into this point. And one Gravitic Flux has actually changed the course of this map as they have gone ahead and basically stabilized here at the very last moment. 15 seconds and counting. Volscon, what do you see?
Galaxy on match point. Supercharger in their pocket as they get one last stab at this thing. The back of Route 66. Matrix coming out on the side of the defense to open up. That did stall them out a little bit, but Galaxy's still able to make it to the point, and they're going to go throw Supercharger down as soon as they reach it. See if they can find that first blow, but they got to watch out for Cinder, who's going diving into their backline. Moira able to fade out. Is the Mei so lucky? Mei cannot ice block up, but Spook there keeps the Mei alive. Cinder goes down. One man lead here for the attacking team as they throw Coalescence into the mix. Defensive Blizzard thrown out as well, and Aqua Turtle frozen stiff. Now Gravitic Flux coming out as everything in the kitchen sink being thrown in from Galaxy Nova, but somehow the members of Valor Prestige are able to survive. Trojan coming back with a big kill, and another 2K tire! This guy's ridiculous on this Junkrat, but can he save it? He does! Somehow they force him off point. I think the Mida Trojan dislodged him, and it managed to whittle down that time. What a play coming from Trojan on the Junkrat. Oh my goodness.
He took 10 out during that defense. 2-man tires, 5 2-man tires, I believe is what it was. It was either 8 or 10. Every time he got 2. And
consistently good play. Consistently great ultimate usage.
They basically turned every Blizzard into an opportunity to launch a tire. That's what I saw. I mean, Zeshi Zetsu was absolutely surgical on this Ashe, and
Yet somehow they just could not quite push it the last few meters they needed to get it home. I know it was under 5. I think it was somewhere around 2 or 3, if I remember correctly. It was just so close, so close. But that defense coming out strong. Oh my goodness, Trojan on that Junkrat.
You've got to think that that puts the wind in their sails after getting just rolled the first 2 points. You got to think that that's got to light a fire in their ass and get them into gear. One can hope, but look at this, a little sneaky sneak, little closey close coming from Galaxy right now.
Very aggressive stance here on the side of the defense. They're bringing us the Hanzo mate. It's actually coming off of that Ash. Let's see if they can have equally big impact on the Hanzo. Trojan going over to the Tracer with a bring to back him up. So we're going to get some armor packs here on the Tracers. Trojan's going in, trying to see what he can find there on the back line. Let him know he's there, making sure they are aware that they're going to be watching all angles here on the side of the defense. Zeshi, though, comes through with the opening pick, finds the Moira, primary source of healing gone here for the attacking team. And I think that's going to prompt a little bit of a reset here.
Yep, I think that the DPS duo right now needs to maybe change just to get him out of spawn, because otherwise it's going to be a spawn camp fiesta right now.
They're trying to put some pressure down. No, but Aqua Turtle cannot find anything. It's caught out, frozen to carry and not quite able to get the shield up in time. Trojan does land a nice pulp bomb, takes out the Brig, does get headshot, but Cinder manages to find one as well. To carry takes out the Reinhardt. Somehow they managed to just slug their way through the opening of point A here. I'm not even quite sure how they managed to happen. Just great individual play coming out from Trojan and Cinder.
Yeah, it was just the pulse bomb started. There wasn't any stun ability. There wasn't any knockback potential coming back from the other Swedish hero here in our game. And then a couple of really good frags and a couple really good use of shielding and cooldowns got them the progress started here.
They were going to pass through gas station. Now they're going to go ahead and drop down. Cinder's going to hurl himself onto the 2 tanks. Earth Shatter coming out on the side of the defense. Finds nothing but shields. Coalescence coming out from them as well. Now Maywall used to block their own Coalescence, apparently. With the Hulk coming through on the other side, the attacking team still looking for something, but have managed to get themselves positioned up onto the top of the gas station as they're slowly starting to envelop the defense here. May up there, nice challenge. Somehow gets the wall up there, goes to challenge, and they're going to trade out DPS. Dragon's thrown across the point. And that's going to be the difference maker here as the defense finding 3-2 on the back of those Dragons. Zeshi, what a big impact so far here today on that DPS role.
Yeah, absolutely. And Center, go ahead and taking him out, but then getting the Irish suck machine that is known as Moira, just the easy cleanup kill for him there. But I mean, Trojan versus Zeshi, there was actually a really good archery battle on top of Big Earls, and Zeshi actually had to run away. He got whittled down to as little as 30 health. So, I mean, Trojan is showing his class right now in the different heroes that he's able to use, but right now, there's just no real... The aggression is not enough.
Well, and it seems whoever's able to vie for the high ground is definitely going to have a massive advantage. Blizzard now coming out from the defense here to start things off. Vidipity answering right back. Coalescence there. Cinder was super low, able to find health, find some safety from the attacking team. Somehow found a prize from the Blizzard. And now the shield bash coming through. Flank coming through on the side of that Brig. And the attacking team surrounding and enveloping the defense here. Galaxy Nova, they are just disseminated and sent back.
Okay, so win condition is set for them. Regardless of how much time is on the clock, if they get it, 71.61 meters progress, they're going to go ahead and take the map win here, and we're going to go to a map 5. So I think that the slow nature of how they're playing right now is actually good for them because they can actually stay grouped up. Cinder keeps diving into the back line and really creating hell for them. Once again, though, Zeshi Zetsu is an absolute marksman on both the DPS heroes that he has shown here. Big Dragon coming across the front of the line here.
Yeah, dueling Dragons, as a matter of fact, open things up and both the Reese's fall. 5v5 left here as the Reinhardts are going to go smashing shield to shield on the front line. But all the while, Earthshatter does come out there on the attacking team. Actually, look like it came out on the side of both teams, and it is going to be the defense who emerges victorious. Great Maywall there to ensure the follow-up there. Help them get that kill. They do lose their Brig in the process. But they do emerge 2 men up, or 1 man up, excuse me, or 5v4 left on the objective. You still have both the Orisa and the Hanzo here in the back line coming back into the fight. Trade still coming through with Dog Thanos popping that rally, finding themselves a couple kills here in the mix of it. Gets another one on this brig.
And another one.
Oh my goodness, Dog Thanos coming up with a 4K on the brig. What a big rally and huge impact coming through. Oh my goodness, what a play.
What was it that they were saying last week about him? What a good boy. What a good boy.
What a good boy.
What a good boy. Oh my gosh, the little Swede coming through the Swedish Valhund. If we want to go into the Swedish dialect there, the Valhunds. Man, great play there. I mean, it was a brawl fight there right in front of the tunnel entrance there. Nobody wanted to give an inch of space. My goodness.
Supercharger may well use to see if they can put some pressure down onto that Reinhardt, but Aqua so far not to be dissuaded. Her Shadow comes out on the side of the defense, but Speeding gives his life for it. Now Coalescence used on both sides. Supercharger thrown in on the attacking team. They've got... Oh, yeah, right across the point. Somehow the members of Valor are just narrowly able to escape out of that. 2 kills coming through for Cinder on that Doomfist. And now he's turning his attention onto the Hanzo. Takes Zeshi out. Cinder coming up with a big 3K in that fight. Aqua Turtle doesn't even have to use his shadows.
Okay. Well, as I said before, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 points captured here and 71.61 meters to go. 2 minutes and 10 seconds going into this point. And Takari, go ahead and jumping off the point. Since he died in that fight, didn't want to wait all that time to get back, and actually a smart big brain move for him to spawn closer and faster.
Trojan sticking with the Junkrat here. It's actually going over a Junkrat of their own. Here is a narrow hallway that spam damage can serve them well. Blizzard coming out from the defense to start off this fight. But Cinder makes him pay, finding the fist, punching him down. But now Smoot comes back, makes that Cinder pay. Doomfist gone, trading out DPS here on the first corner of point C. Raider gets the kill onto the counterpart, well, at least onto opposing support as Supercharger thrown in the mix here from the defense, and they're going to go ahead and press the assault. Looking for more. They smell blood in the water, and they're going to find Cinder. And they are going to chase off the remaining members of Valor Prestige here. A little under 75 seconds on the clock.
Okay, this could be an old extravaganza once again coming from both sides. Right now, slight edge, oh no, actually a really big edge in the ultimate department for Valor Prestige adds. That's a big tire already again. Once again, Trojan coming out, but a big shatter coming from Speeding Monkey takes down 4.
Now we're going to get the shatter coming, excuse me, get the punching coming out from the other way. But Zeshi down, and the members of Valor Prestige cleaning up back there to carry, doing some work. 3 kills here for the Orisa.
Let's go, Donkey Horse.
Let's get him. To carry right on top of things, leading the charge here for Valor Prestige as they got 30 seconds on the clock. But they need to win every fight from here on out. They cannot afford to lose this fight here on the back end if they want to send us to a map 5.
Oh man, look at Cinder, 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 Cinder up top,
Hiding up in the little cubby up here. There's the rest of the members coming out. He doesn't really have a Meteor Strike to work with, but he can dive into the backline. Here comes the Hulk, here comes the Doomfist. Does not quite find what he is looking for. Coalescence coming out from both teams. Earth Shatter there on the side of the offense. That's going to find 2. The Brig and the Reinhardt land on their back, but are the kills there? Trojan finds 1. Cinder finds 1. Speedy Monkey counters back, takes down the primary source of healing on the other side. Trojan with yet another 2-man tire coming through on the side of the offense. Follows up with a good kill. Make that 2 good kills. And that is going to take us to a map 5. Cinder carrying Valor Prestige all the way here to the end of Route 66 and all the way to a map 5, which we will be on Lijiang Tower.
That's what I want to say right now. Oh my gosh, what a coordinated attack coming out of Valor Prestige there. Cinder putting his entire team on his back, and Dog Thanatos, that was the real that was one of the real hidden gems there, was the Brigida play coming out from Dog Thanatos. But the MVP of that match right there, SM Trojan on the Junkrat, both in defense and on offense. He takes the MVP for that map right there. Got another 2-man tire. He likes his 2-man tires, let me tell you what. As we go now to
Lijiang Tower will be our tiebreaker. Yes, sir. Oh, what a
So,
good map. What a good map. I love this map.
I don't have to change the lobby. I don't have to decrap here. All I gotta do is just change the map, and we can go right in, barring any substitutions.
Whoa. we do have production, so you know we need to consider in that.
But we can talk about what we just saw. I mean,
Yes, sir. Give us a little recap there.
This is what we love to see. Valor Prestige coming out on Oasis and winning Oasis handily. In the 2-1. No, I'm sorry. It was Galaxy coming out and winning Oasis 2-1 in a pretty good tank battle. And then just a couple of good DPS swaps. Leo Nanza showing up onto the Reaper, absolutely wreaking havoc into the back line of Valor Prestige there on Oasis is what really sealed the deal, even though it did go all 3 maps there. Coming back to the second map of Numbani, we saw the aggression in the streets phase just be lit up. And once again, we kind of saw that again here on Route 66. I think they like to... I think they like the streets. I think they like the escort or the hybrids. Because
Valor definitely seems to favor them.
They've really shown up, and when it's more of a static or a control-ish kind of point, I think that kind of plays into Galaxy. So I mean, 2-2 going into this. I mean, this is going to be exciting as you know what, and I very pleasantly pleased with the outcome of what has been a very good Tier 5 match here in the CGL Season 7 multi-tier tournament. So I mean, gosh, I get my map 5.
We do love our map 5s around here,
which always pleases me. I got to find out if there's any substitutions. I couldn't imagine there would be any coming in right now, but I've already heard from Valor Prestige there's not going to be any swaps, so their team is locked in for this map 5 of Lijiang, and I want to give the slight edge to Galaxy right now, just on the bat of what we saw happen on Oasis and on Volskaya. If it's a static point and not an escort, yeah.
Well, I think we saw Valor Prestige come up with first control on all 3 of our opening maps. If they can hold on to the point, I think they'll take it. So, I think Valor Prestige also has a little bit of momentum at their back here, and if we see that kind of play like we saw at a Trojan, I'm not sure anything can stop them. So, hey, I mean, this one's going to go the distance. I mean, this one's going to round 3. I'm calling it right now. This is going to be as close as it gets, and I'm looking forward to it. On one of my favorite maps in the game, I love some Lijiang Tower.
I know that you love this so much, and I actually love this map too, except for Control Center. For some reason, I just don't like Control Center. And I am a Reinhardt player, and I should actually love that. But, I mean, I also play Diva a lot. I also play Zarya a lot, and it feels claustrophobic, I guess is the reason why.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It just feels all very closed in. So as we go, as we get ready to go into Lijiang, I'm looking... Do we see the monkey dive come in on Gardens? Do we see Farah come out and kind of boot people from the sides because we haven't seen her all night? Is that something that's going to come out and kind of surprise somebody? That's the thing, though.
So I mean, it's possible. It could be catch them off guard. It's good to show different looks, show just some different strats, see if you can get a little bit of a surprise advantage. But I think if we were going to see Farah, we would have seen her in that last map personally. I think we'd have seen her on Route 66 if Valor Prestige was planning to bring it out. But I could be wrong. It certainly wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the first time tonight, for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's been back and forth all night, though.
It truly
this has been a truly back and forth bat. Yeah, I love it. This is what I love about Overwatch. It's a team-based game, and even though individuals can pop off, it takes a whole team to win. And we're seeing both these teams really rally behind each other. And we said, will they come back from getting the crap kicked out of them on Volskaya? Boy, did they ever come back. And I mean, they almost got 3-0'd there on Route 66, and then something clicked. Trojan went over to the Junkrat, and then who was it? It was Aqua Turtle went on to
The Sigma.
the Sigma,
The Sigma play, yeah.
That gravitic flux is what turned that entire map around for them. So as we get the series tied up 2-2, I couldn't be happier for the first match of the evening. I do have the ready ups from both teams. You said there's
going. I'm excited. Let's get into map 5.
okay. I'm sending a message real quick, and then we can go ahead and go into it. So I do have ready, like I said, from both teams. I'm just gonna go ahead and send this in there while I type this message up real quick.
Do it.
Because we do have a double header tonight, and I want to make sure that the other captains know that we are running behind and we are going to be behind.
Hey, that's okay. It's okay. For a killer match like this, I think it is worth a few extra minutes to just bring the quality of Overwatch we're seeing here tonight.
Oh man, the quality has been primo. There hasn't really been any boneheaded plays from either team, as you would expect from the Grandmaster division. I mean, to be honest. So, this is what I really want to maintain, is that the big brain plays, and it's just been 1 or 2 fights here or there that has been different. So I'm excited as a peach right now. I couldn't be happier with this, with the way we've gotten here. It's clutch up time. It's clutch up time. Who's going to come up clutch? Who's going to come and secure the win for their teams? We've got 30 seconds before the control point locks here on Control Center, my aforementioned least favorite map of Lijiang. And it's nut up and shut up. Who's going to come out here? Who's going to punch who in the face? And who's going to take this match?
Speaking of punch it in the face, we are going to get Valor Prestige coming out with that Doomfist Cinder once again on that hero. And it's going to be Trojan back on the Junkrat and making his presence known right off the bat here. Finds one. Clockwork Turtle comes up with the kill onto the Brig as well. Both teams opting with the Brig Moira here as we're going into Control Center. Seems like they've really kind of found their groove on this meta, on this hero pool, and it is going to be Valor Prestige finding first control. Start us off here, in Control Center.
I called it on Numbani, Bull Skunk, and I don't want to give myself a pat on the back or anything, but I'm going to give myself a pat on the back. I called for the Junkrat on Numbani, and they finally listened to me, and now look what they're reaping the results. They're reaping the rewards of my big smooth brain.
As you hear that, folks, listen to Billy. It'll serve you well. Coalescence coming out on the side of Galaxy as they're trying to push back in here, but they're going to run into a tire from Trojan. He's been great with these things all night. How's he going to do with this one? He gets one, but that is an important one as the big German goes down. No more, well, at least one more shield gone. One less shield. There we go. That's the one I was looking for. One less shield there on the other side. Cinder and Trojan able to take advantage of that lack of shielding, finding themselves some kills. Cinder coming up with 2 key picks amidst that fight, already 90% towards a Meteor Strike.
Oh my gosh, Hawk Turtle already has his shatter already. Trojan more than a third of the way onto his next hire. Dippity is getting so much value on this Moira right now. The swap that they've done, putting Dippity on the main healer now and then letting Dog Thanatos go over to the off healer, is also another thing that they have changed throughout this course of this series tonight. And I think that's also a big change for them.
Zeshi on the Reaper here. I haven't really had a chance to mention this character. Zeshi has had such an impact all night. Suddenly looking a little pale comparison, but now coming right back into it. Finds 2 kills, but then here comes the tire once again. Trojan, he's a surgeon with these things. Takes out both the Orisa and the Reaper. Earthshatter throwing it into the mix. Coming from Galaxy Nova, but the Orisa just stands right back up, shoots him in the face. Dippity there to keep her alive. And we're at 93% and counting. I don't even know if Galaxy can get back here to touch. Ball trying to come back in, gets stunned by the Brig. Now runs into a Junkrat trap, can't even find the point. Reaper forced to Wraithborn onto the objective. Can't even get the Death Blossom out before getting deleted. And it's going to be Valor Prestige going 1-0 here at Lijiang Tower.
If our cams were on right now, you would see a very bold Canadian's jaw on the table in front of him, because that was just lethal and fast.
That was lethal.
And Junkrat, Doomfist, DPS combo. Can I get an F in the chat for Valor Glory there on that round? That was destructive. I mean, Zeshi Zetsu couldn't even get his Death Blossom off for Galaxy there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was a very one-sided affair on Control Center. Now, just one map from clawing their way back into a five map 3-2 win. You have Valor Prestige sticking with the Reinhardt Arizo, sticking with the Doom Fist, and the Junkrat sticking with the Brig and the Moira. No changes here. Zeshi going over to the McCree. And Baptiste coming out on the side of Galaxy Nova as well, as they're going to look to push in the night market. Stun comes out, doesn't quite find its mark. Immortality Field early use coming through on that here from Galaxy Nova as they try to push onto the objective. Now they're missing that big, important cooldown. Reinhardt's going in, swinging for the fences, but the Hulk coming through. Somehow the healer's able to keep him alive, at least for the moment, but he's taking so much damage, so much pressure. But it is Trojan who indeed drops first. Great support comes through the Reinhardt, though he does eventually fall. And Aqua Turtle able to follow up with a kill onto the Baptiste, and now he's sitting there with an Earth Shatter, and there's no shielding on the other side. Coalescence thrown in. Is he even going to have to use the Shatter? Maybe he should have used the Shatter, as his support's starting to fall around him. Now Coalescence forced out on this side of Prestige here. Valor's going to throw their Earth Shatter in, takes out the May on the back end, and Trojan makes his way back into the battle in time to find the kill onto the Orisa, and Valor Prestige will finally get percentage started for us.
Man, we had trading dual coalescences. We had trading immortality barriers from both sides there. Dippity now, or I'm sorry, Doc Thanatos actually went off. Was Dippity on the, was he on the Baptiste at the beginning of that mat? I think he was.
No, I think it was perhaps. I saw Moira Brig in the beginning, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
But we are getting tired. Now this, we got to keep an eye on. Oh, and they finally shut it down. No value for Trojan that time. But Cinder, he's got his Meteor Strike ready. He's already killed one. He's going in with the ultimate looking for more. And the McCree whittled down, punch, follow through, gets that. Now turns attention to Moira. Moira whittled down to one, falls into a trap. Unlockers for her. Cinder comes in with a big 4K. In that engagement on this Doomfist. What a play. What a play coming through from the Gauntlet here.
Once again, it is the rally that kept them up and in the fight. And they had no answer for it. And then Dippity on this Moira right now is absolutely crushing it in the heals department. There is no DPS Moira coming out from Dippity here. It is pure heals coming out for them because that's what's required.
Supercharger Deadeye combo thrown into the mix. That's a lot of skulls, and he finds two with it before the rest finally able to duck around, but they can't hide from the arrows as Laster comes through, or Last Triumph, excuse me, comes through with 2 kills on the Hanzo as well. Galaxy Nova flipping this thing over, and we saw it happen on Oasis. Once they flip it, they don't let go. Can their defense hold as well here in map 5?
But it took them 3 ultimates, Bullskunk, to get them into that point. It required a Supercharger, a Deadeye, and a Coalescence to get in there.
And now Earth Shatter and Supercharger online here for Valor Prestige as they're looking to push back in. Coalescence in their pocket now as well. Turtle eats some damage. He's going to fall back around the corner and let his shield build back up. They know it's just a matter of landing this ultimates. They need to land cleanly. All right, using the Orisa shield to cover their exit, and now the Ryan's going to push in. Earthshatter coming out from the attacking team finds nothing but Trojan. Trojan, in turn, gets a kill before he had gone down. Triumph finds the kill onto Cinder, but it's still a one-man advantage. Here are 4 Valor Procedures are looking to push in. Aqua Turtle tilting that balance. Coalescence coming in from Valor as well. And they're just going to move right onto the objective, cleaning house all along the way. And they get this point flipped right on back.
They saved Shatter, and they saved the other one, the Rip Tire. The Rip Tire is now available.
Big rip. Capital RIP tire here for this Junkrat.
Yep, Cinder kind of playing.
He's just waiting for it all to walk by. Here comes the tire right in the back, and that's 3 of them down! Should have been 4. Aqua Turtle robbed him of 1 on 2 with that Reinhardt. Zeshi finds a kill in the back, but I think it's just a moral victory as the percentage wanes around 3 seconds for somebody to come back and touch, and this match goes to Valor. Nobody can touch, and Valor has done it. They brought it back in the twilight, and they take the victory 3-2 here in this T5 matchup.
Oh my gosh, there's so much. Oh, okay. Let us talk about what just happened. First of all, Trojan, MVP of the night.
MVP.
Sorry.
MVP goes to Trojan. I don't think there's any argument there from anybody. I mean, it's just the way he saved them there on Route 66. I mean, he was spectacular all night. He was putting up magnificent plays all night long. But holy clutch time. Trojan coming through in Route 66 saves it right there in that massive 5.5-minute hold. Impressive stuff. Tire after tire getting the kills. Whew.
Tire after tire after tire. My goodness.
Tire again. I never tire of saying it. All right.
I will never tire of seeing that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Talk about where the rubber meets the road. We can do this all night.
3-2.
3-2.
3-2 to Valor Prestige. What a clutch performance from both sides, though. Man, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. And I mean, nobody gave up. It was a knockdown, drag him out, bar brawl, burn the house down, slap your grandma too at the end of it, with a little bit of punctuation with that last rip tire from Trojan. I mean, gosh, you just
what a match! What a match! Oh man, I mean, so that's gonna do it from our first series of the night here. 3-2 going to Valor Prestige, and I mean, just in style. But y'all don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back here with some Tier 3 action. We've got Seattle Peaks taking on Neptune. And that match happening, well, just as soon as we can get it set up and ready for you. I see those dad jokes coming through in chat. I know you like my fantastic jokes that I'm putting out there for you, and you want more of them. Fantastic. They are not fantastic. But they're going to have to wait. We got to get set up here for this next match, but I will get them to you. Don't you worry, and y'all don't go anywhere. We've got more console Overwatch multi-tier tournament coming at you here in just about 10 minutes.
Bye, guys.